Hello Internet, my name is Fahim and today we're going to see how we can make a calculator using the JavaFx. So this is the calculator I'm talking about. So it can perform some very basic operations. Say 8 plus 2 equals to 10. Then if you press the backspace, BS stands for backspace, it will, delete one character at a time. Or if you just press the C for clear, it will clear the scene. And suppose you have a number, if you press the root, it will give you the root, and if you press the square, x square, it will give you the square. So these are the operations that we can perform here. See that? So now let's get into the code. So this is the code that you know that I wrote. So let me show you step by step what to do. Okay, so this is the fxml file, um, but I'm going to show you what to do. So I said just give it a simple name. Okay, now we're ready. Open in scene builder. Okay, and just a moment. Okay, so first thing, I think I'm gonna give it a width of 300 pixels. So this is how it's gonna look like. Then fx background color, say this is the color that I'm going to give, AAAAFF, the color. It's a beautiful gray color. Next, what you need is a label. Oh, and just remember, this is an anchor pane. Okay, so if you don't have, by default, if you don't get the anchor pane, I want you to delete everything and bring the anchor pane here. Okay, here, this is the thing that we want. So next, what we need is a label. Drag and drop it over here. Delete the letters. Give it some height and width, and also change the font size, maybe 24, and you could give it a bold style. Oh, and give it a background color white. There you go. And finally, what you need is some buttons. So you can choose the default button that is provided in the scene builder, which is this one, or if you have some other external libraries, you can select your external libraries as well. So this is the one, this is an external library button. I downloaded it from this website, JFinix. Simply go to www.jfinix.com, then select GitHub. You'll be directed to this page. After that, see the download jar. Simply download it and you're good to go. So in this case, I've used the JFX button, but if you don't want to use it, it's absolutely okay. Just use the simple button. So now that you have the button, Just a moment. I want a beautiful color here. This is a beautiful blue color, so I'm just gonna give it style, background color, Control V, and file, say 7. And also what I need is layout. I'm gonna give it a width of 50 and a height of 50, so that's 7. And control, you can copy it and then paste it, okay, and change the name. I just pressed Control V, okay, and that's how what you need to do is put all the buttons here. Once you've done it, you need to do is give them some labels, okay. Make sure you have the sample.control over here, and in the codes, select the codes here, then select the label and give it a name, say label, label. And similarly, this one should have btn7. This one should have fxid, btn8, blah blah blah. And once you've done with all of them, what I want you to do is select all these buttons, all these blue buttons, and see that in the codes you have on action, so you can select on button clicked, or you can write down on UTONCLICKED. okay, this is what I want you to do, okay. And in the controller class, here you must keep this method here, otherwise things won't work. So on button clicked, action event, this is the thing that I need, okay, that we need. So that's how you do the works of the scene builder. Once it is done, save your work, and now we come into the main code. So let me just show you for a while how the main scene looks like on the scene builder. So this is the thing. Yeah, as you can see, they have all of the blue ones have on button clicked, okay, and all of them have some labels. This one has button BS, this one has button C, button root, and so on. These are just names. You can give your own name. Okay, so once it is done, I want you to come here. So this is an interface, but it's not actually necessary. I just wrote it to show you all the methods clearly. Otherwise you would be having trouble finding all the methods here, perhaps. Okay, so these are the main methods: get num op, get void calculate, change number position, and change operator position. So okay, this is the main class, one of the main classes. It implements that interface, a calc interface. So first comes the calculator. This is the constructor. It takes an parameter string s as input. Let me show you what it means. So this is a test case that I have written here. So let's clear it. 1 plus 3 into 2, 1 plus 3 into 2, minus 8 divided by 4. Okay, so now we're good to go. So when I'm going to press the equal, this button here over here, this entire thing is going to be our input. Okay, what the code does is that it collects whatever is written on the label and sends it into the constructor. Okay, so that's it. This means 1 plus 3 into 2 minus 8 by 4. This is the input over here. Then we have two arrays. One is double typed number, the other is character typed op. Op stands for operators. Okay. Then we have get numOp. What it does is that it identifies the numbers and saves them inside this array. So we have 1, 3, 2, 8 and 4 inside this array, and we have and also plus multiplication, minus and division. They are saved in this array. Okay, so this is what this thing does. Once it is done, we call the calculate method, which calculates the final results, and then we're done. So let's see what's inside this get numOp method. Okay, so what we have done here is something like this. This is the 0th position. We're checking each character one by one. Whenever we're getting an operator, say in this case the first time we get a plus, what we're doing is we're dividing it into two strings. The first one has 1 and the second one has the rest of the part, and then we're saving this plus inside this character op array, and we're saving this one inside this double num array. Okay, let me show you what I mean. And see that if we take the zero based index, we see that 1, 3, 2, 8 and 4, all these numbers are in the even positioned. Okay, and all these operators, they are in the odd positions. So we have done exactly the same thing over here. In this array I'm just keeping them in the even position, and here in the op array I'm keeping them in the odd position. Okay, now if we just go step by step in a very detailed way, we see that at first we're doing the division work. So this division is in the 7th position. Okay, actually now we are inside the okay, what actually happened is that we have created these two arrays which look something like this. Okay, these in the num array the odd positions are empty, and in the op array the even positions are empty. Okay, so once this get numOp completes itself, we get inside the calculate method. See here, after the get numOp we are getting inside the calculate. So what we are doing here is that whenever at first I'm checking for all the multiplications, then all the divisions, or if you want you can put the division first, then the multiplication is second. Next we're doing the minus, and finally we're doing the plus. Okay, so let's see what happens here in a detailed way. See that I've done the division in the first step. So division is in the 7th position, I equals to 7. Here I equals to 7. So number I minus 1, that is number 6, equals to number 6 divided by number I plus 1. So see that oh, just a moment. Open with paint. So I'll just take my brush. So I'm getting a 2 here. See that? And now I don't need the division, so I'll cross over here. Okay, the next step, we see that 3 is multiplied by 2, and so after the multiplication sign is not needed. This is also gone, and this becomes 6. Now the interesting thing is that see that this 4th position is empty, but we have a number at the 6th position. So what we need to do is bring the 2 over here, and that is why we need this change number position. Okay, so what this method does is it brings a number 2 steps forward. So that's why we have done this thing over here. And similarly we have this 5 over here, but this 3rd position is now empty, so we need to bring the minus over here at the 3rd position. This is what the change of pose does. Okay, so this is how the main calculator looks like. Once it is done, we should go to the controller. Okay, so similarly after this the minus work will be done. So we got 4, and finally we'll get 5 here, and see that number 0 now has the final result 5. That is why we have where is it? Result equals to number 0. So that's why it's like this. So now that it is done, we can go to the controller class. Here you can see that we have all the fxml private label, fxml private JavaFx button, button 0. Remember that? Here suppose this is button BS. That is why we have this one over here. So 0 to 9, these are 0 to 9, all these 10s. Then we have similarly corresponding fx IDs. Okay, so for 0 to 9, what you need is something like this. Okay, if event.getSource dot equals button 0, what you will do is take the label set text label 1 dot get text plus button 0 dot get text. So what it means is that if I press 0, it will get this entire text over here plus button 0.getText. So button 0 has the text 0, so it will add a 0 with the text currently being shown over here on the label, and that is why when I click the 0 I get a 0 here. So the similar argument goes for the rest of the 9 buttons. So this is button 9, so it's all the same. Okay, now when I get a button D stands for the dot. It also shows a dot here. See that? A dot. Then I can click other numbers. After that, what we have here is division, multiplication, minus and plus. So division, multiplication, minus, plus, these are also the same. Similar argument goes for these 4 buttons here. That's why when I it's just basically copy and paste here. Okay, nothing to understand. Okay, now this is an interesting part. When I press the equal sign over here, what it does is that it takes a calculator typed object and sends in the label.getText. That means it will enter this thing. Suppose this is the original input. So we are getting this thing as input here, the string s. It has been sent. After that, result goes to es.result. Here, this is the method. It simply returns the result. Where is it? Here we're doing the calculations, and finally we're returning the results. Okay, after that, string answer equals to double dot to string result. This is a Java method to convert a string into a double into a string. And finally, label.setText answer. So we are setting the text. That is why whenever I'm clicking the equal, I'm getting the answer in double, and that's how it works. So after that comes the button C. C stands for clear. What we are doing here is simply putting the empty string, set text empty string. That's why whenever I click C, the empty string is being placed and we see absolutely nothing. When I press the button BS, what it does is that, say this is an input. When I'm pressing the button BS, it takes a string temp, saves the this number in the temp. After that, it trims the 0 to L-1, so that's 5555 in this case, and finally sets the new temp on the label. So what it does is that it trims out the 5555, this substring, and so when I'm pressing the PS, I'm getting this number. After that, what we're doing is this square. So first I'm getting whatever is written on the temp, suppose 4. So in the temp 4 is saved, but 4 is saved as a string. I need to convert it into a number, say double in this case. Sometimes there might be points, say 4.4. This could be a number I want, so I need to tackle both a double and an integer. That's why a double is being selected. And parse double temp, this converts the string into a double and saves it into result. After that, result equals to result into result. That's the formula of a square. And finally, double.toString result. What it does is that makes the double result into a string, okay, toString. And finally, label.setText. What it does is that it sets the text over here. That's why we are getting the square over here, okay. And after that, what we button root. So what we need is button root, this one. When I'm pressing this one, suppose input is 4, string temp equals to label.getText. So temp has now 4. Convert it into a from string to double. Then this is the Java library function to convert a number into its square root. So result now has the square root, which is 2. Then we need to convert it into a string, to string, from double to string. And finally, we need to set text on the label. And that is why when I press the square root, this one, I get a 2. And that's how it's done. I hope you enjoyed it. The code's link will be given in the description. Thanks for watching.